Hi, babes. Welcome back to the Chase Life with Kelly show. I'm your host, Kelly Chase. I sat on this podcast episode, like, what do I want to share with my audience today? And honestly, a few things. First and foremost, like, just to bring some to just presence this, like, I have the business coaching course, I have the relationship course or the self-love course, the money mindset course. And I'm like, wow, I don't talk enough about these things on my social media. So I had to do a lot of like reflection and just preparation over the weekend and over this last week, just in, creating content ideas and figuring out how to actually deliver all of this information to the world, to the world. Um, and yeah, because it's like bottled up inside of me and I just like gotta release it. And I say that all because I feel like there's something bottled up inside of you, listener. Hello. Yes, I'm talking to you. That there is some type of passion on your heart, on your soul, on your mind that, it's like a day goes by, a week goes by, 6 months go by, a year goes by, and you're like, dang it, I still have not, catapulted myself or launched my business or even just launched a passion project around what I am so passionate about. So we hope that this can motivate you and encourage you to just start. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the best thing out there. But because at the end of the day, your message is more important than anything else. Okay. So when we don't do it, we're making it about us. And I'm telling you that I'm speaking to myself here too. The last few years was really taxing for me. And I know that I played small for many different reasons. And I'm sorry. I'm public apology here. I am so sorry that I did not fully step into my becoming sooner, because I felt like I have done such a disservice to you all. There are even other entrepreneurs and coaches out there who I aspire to be like, but that have such radical, important information. And, at some times I would share their stuff, but sometimes I wouldn't. And I wish, like to my stories and whatnot. And honestly, I feel like that did y'all a disservice too, because I'm like, wow, like I'm gaining such a great perspective or some great tools or great information over here. Why not share it with my audience? I had been caught up in metrics and engagement and all of that. And I'm like, well, I'm not really fully being myself, which is so key in growing a personal brand. I mean, and I say that I wasn't fully, like, you all been listening to me. I know that on the podcast, I feel like I'm obviously just more self-expressed than ever. I feel like I have been myself here. But when I look across my social media platforms, it's not as cohesive of brand alignment. And that's what I want to deliver. And I know that my engagement might be weird, maybe not. I'm hoping that the way that I'm planning to do this, I hope that it lands with the right market. And hopefully that's many of you or all of you listening, that it lands, that you see my posts, that you see my stories, that you see my Instagram reels, lives, whatever I'm going to put out. And I want to grow my brand based on the topics that I want to share: the business, the self-love, the relationships, the money mindset, transforming your relationship with money, success, and love. They're all so connected. And even our health, like I enjoy sharing, the food that I'm eating or things like that. But I know that I could also be making an impact in that way. And I know that there are some of you that are like, well, Kelly, you need to stick to one thing. And that is exactly what I would suggest for many people starting out. But guess what, guys? I have a huge platform. I am multifaceted. And I believe through over time, I will narrow in maybe a little bit more, because I'm not trying to necessarily be like a relationship coach at all, but I have learned so much that I just want to get the information out there. And maybe something will land more than others, and maybe I'll create more content around what is hitting and what seems to resonate more with my audience. But with that being said, I don't want to people please. Obviously, a lot of my following has come from a reality TV show, which was great. But with that being said, that many people, they're just here for like links to, my favorite blow dryer. And they're not ready to be awakened by personal development work, subconscious reprogramming, somatic work. That stuff is foreign to them, and they may never, ever, ever be open enough to become awakened by what I'm sharing. Hopefully my content, it has awakened some of you, all of you. Hopefully my content moving forward is going to awaken people. And some, it might even trigger some people. But I really, really, that is my intention, is to start shifting my audience around what I like to talk about, because if I'm just people pleasing, then I'm not being authentic. And literally the highest vibrational frequency is authenticity. So that's why I wanted to presence all of this first and just tell you, like, this is what I'm doing. So I'm probably going to see, a lot of unfollows or lower engagement, maybe again. I'm also thinking about trying out trial reels, which is something that I have watched and witnessed other entrepreneurs in the online space do, and they have spoken about it, like, hey, we use trial reels and our engagement grew, or we use trial reels and we gained 10,000 new followers, because it's actually, the algorithm boosts it differently and shows it to a completely new market of people that are maybe interested in those things, especially based on your hashtags and your hook and all of that. So anyways, might give that a whirl and not just deliver to my current followers. Stay tuned. Anyways, okay, so one thing that I really wanted to speak on, though, is building a business in the online space. Like I said, like, just show up, do it messy, do it scared, showing your face. You are your brand. At the end of the day, you are your brand. So and granted, there are so many people that, that are successful in their own way, whether that is making $50,000 a year or $50 million a year, that don't even show their face on social media. Okay. So it can be done. So if you just want to be like the quote girl and you like put these really powerfully, maybe emotionally connecting or just really like mind transformative posts that where you don't even show your face, do it, but be consistent with it and go all in with it. So I'm not going to say one way works better than the other. I just know that at the end of the day, you are your brand. So be your brand, love what you do, stay on top of it, stay consistent with it, and don't let your people pleasing or limiting beliefs or fears of being too successful or whatever keep you stuck. Because those are things that have kept me stuck, and I don't want that to happen to you. That is the thing about, a coach. We teach you a shortcut to get to where we are, to save you time, maybe possibly money and energy, doing it the long way. So there are, let me say this. I am really biased in the sense of coaching. Okay. Like, I have been a coach now since 2013. So for 12 years, I have been an online coach. Granted, yes, there have been waves in my business and all of that. And, my business is pivoting. It's transitioning, like I said, into more of the like mindset, business coaching dynamic. And I love that for me. I'm claiming it because that is what I've been telling myself that I've really wanted to transition into for quite some time. And although, yes, I have worked with some clients here and there, it has not been the bulk of my business. But this mindset work is just so powerful, and it has to get into the ears and eyes and hands of so many people. So I have to do this. But with that being said, like, you have a passion and I want you to create something with it. So I want this to be your permission slip to be like, I'm just going to do it. I'm like, get on a live or sit down in front of your camera and record yourself and then post that recording. It could be 2 minutes long. It could be 30 seconds long. It could be 30 minutes long. Post it somewhere on social media and just be like, I'm scared shitless, but I'm launching this. I've had this on my heart for a while. I really want to get this out there. But again, doing this, showing my face on social media, it really freaks me the F out. Tell people that is what the authenticity, again, it's human vibration or highest vibration. Humans, that is relatable. Everyone's scared. Even when I get on this podcast, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to talk about? Like, no one's going to want to listen to what I have to say. But guess what? You guys keep showing up week after week. And so you do care what I have to say. And even if I was talking to only one person and it happened to be my mom, I'm still expressing myself. I'm using my voice. And at some point, someone else would start listening. like obviously if I'm sharing it with people, sharing it about my podcast on my social media platforms, all the things. And you got to do that with your business too. You got to, I mean, my podcast is part of my business, but you got to be consistent in showing up and doing that. I said at the beginning, maybe it's launching your own business or having just a passion project. Some people are like, I don't want to do it for money. Like, and I get it. One, that is there's some like attachment. There's some like limiting beliefs and fear around money when people say that. But also like opportunities for income will come at some point if you are just sharing and serving, because it's serve, 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 serve. When you serve, money comes. When you serve, money comes because you're open to receive. You're serve, 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 give, or excuse me, give, 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 receive, give, receive. It's like that. So as much as you can give out there, like money has no, like, it just will come to you in some form or fashion. So if that's not your objective, that's okay. Get up there and create a Facebook group or a community on, or just start, you know, spilling what you want to express on TikTok or Instagram. Just start creating. What I was saying about the coaches though, like my business did not start to really take off until I invested in a coach. I was literally having brunch with someone today and I said that. I was like, I started my business, my LLC in 2013. And in 2018 was when I finally hired my first coach. 5 years. It was like I was throwing spaghetti against the wall, hoping that it would stick. So again, I want to help you shortcut that. So I would, if I can't even say like if you can afford it, because there's so many free resources out there, like, but there are so many free resources, and there are also so many like lower ticket offers that can jumpstart you. But really working privately with a one-on-one coach or in a group coaching program is ideal, because we will reveal your blind spots to you, show you like, expand your mind into like other ideas, other options. Like you maybe be like, well, I know that I should be doing this and I should be doing this and I should be doing this, or I'm doing this, this, and this, but like nothing's happening, like no one's buying from me, blah, blah, blah. And then I could say, okay, well, like think outside the box. How else could you be showing up? What can you do different? If something's not working, we change it. The definition of insanity is when we keep doing something over and over again and it doesn't, like nothing's changing. Okay. So we don't want that. So hiring a coach was my favorite thing. Like it was my best investment. And what I said about like affording, guys, Angie Lee, I put on an American Express card that had what are those, like 32% interest or something. I didn't even have a job. Like, or excuse me, I did have a job. I was working as a trainer, a fitness trainer, but I was making like, I don't know, maybe like $2,400 a month or something. I think that's what I was making, like between 24 to like $3,200 a month, which yes, could be a lot for a lot of people, but it wasn't that much. So, yeah, I was like kind of living paycheck to paycheck and living off of my savings at the time. So I took some of what savings that I had, as well as just put it on a credit card. I just put it on a credit card. When I hired Aaron, my coach, later that year, later in 2018. So I went through that program like June through August or June through September. And then in December, beginning of December is when I hired Aaron as my first one-on-one coach. Put it on that credit card. I just put it on that Amex. Guys, I'm okay. I'm alive. We're okay. And I just did a podcast episode with a local, entrepreneur boss babe, and she had me play this game, cash or trash. And it said something, one of the questions, like it was like a rapid fire, which I love this. But the question was, make big investments when you're in debt. And I said cash. Absolutely. Because I did. Most of my investments have been when I am not doing that well financially. And guess what? Again, I'm still here. I'm alive. And now I'm doing even better financially than I ever have been in my life. So I'm not going to tell you to like go sell your couch. I'm not going to tell you like don't be irresponsible. If you're like, no, I absolutely know, like I can't make this money happen right now. Like totally. I don't want you to like pay me or pay anyone else if it's going to like wreak havoc on your nervous system, okay? Because I have also been there, and a nervous system dysregulation is not a fun place to be. You're constantly in fight or flight, you're constantly stressed out, and that energy is more lack. Then you're going to be like showing up in your business like, I need clients, and people on the internet, they feel that energy. So I digress. Just listen. What I want you to do, because I know, again, so many of you have these like ideas. I want you to, let's say you do want to create some income with this, right? High ticket offer is going to be so fabulous for you. Okay. High ticket offer. That could be anywhere from, that's like more of like your private coaching. It could also be group coaching. Okay. So like maybe your private coaching, it's weekly calls. It could be a 30-day program. It could be a 6-month program. Like that is up to you. That is like what you have to figure out. And how you figure out what you're wanting is you figure out what you're wanting, like ultimately, like what you desire and what your goals are, or like an income goal. And then you reverse engineer from there and put your personal life first. Otherwise, your business is going to be taking over your personal life. And then your business will be coming from a place of like trauma response and stress and burnout. And you don't want to do that. So if you want to work 5 hours a week because you want to spend time with your kids and your family and you want to go travel and not be working when you travel and all the things, then maybe you have to look into, okay, well, what does that look like for this income goal? Then I have to charge this amount, or maybe I need to create one, a digital course and I charge this amount. Anyways, that's how you do it. But working with a coach will help you identify those things. So again, I do offer a private one-on-one coaching for this. And then I have all the digital courses too. With that being said, figure out a high ticket offer. Doesn't mean that you have to do these things, but figure out a high ticket offer, maybe a group coaching offer. What that looks like, is it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Figure out what type of digital course you would like to create. So typically it's like what your private coaching would be, like, what are you selling? What is your passion? Like, what are you helping people overcome? What are you helping? What are you giving people a solution for? That is what your digital course needs to be. It could be, if you're a fitness coach or you're aspiring fitness coach, okay, what challenges have you gone through? Or most fitness coaches, I feel like they've gone through challenges or some type of like life transformation, and that's why they become fitness coaches or nutritionists or nutrition coaches or something. All of us, any coach, pretty much any coach out there, it's like we went through some type of transformation and now we can help other people with it. And yeah, there are certifications, there are degrees, there are various different licenses and specialists and specialties and all of that can go into this. And again, you got to be responsible for your stuff. But creating a digital course is so powerful. Y'all, you could like put that thing, like you create it one time. And how I would say to create this is to teach it live. Teach it live because your energy is different when you are in front of people than when you are by yourself. I mean, great, I'm by myself right now, but this stuff lights me up. So that's why I like talking about it. But if you were sitting in front of me right now, I'd be like, girl, like what can we do to get this digital course or this coaching business like launched tomorrow? And I want that for you. That's why I'm telling you this. That's why that was the message that came through, that God was like, Kelly, you got to talk about this. Because I know some of you that listen to my podcast, you've had conversations with me personally about this, that you have a passion, you have this thing, you really want to help people, you want to help women, you want to help single moms, you want to help, women overcome this, women overcome that, women feel more confident in themselves, like whatever the case may be. You just got to do it. Don't be like, oh, I got to wait until my son goes to kindergarten, or I got to wait until my kids graduate college in 14 years from now. Like, no, start now. Like, I am telling you, I am pissed at myself for not starting this stuff that I am extremely passionate about sooner. Okay. So, and I don't have like the quote unquote excuse of a kid to worry about. Okay. So, like, do it. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, I can't let my 9 to 5 know. I can't let my work know. Guys, then you're in the wrong business with your job. Okay. Like, and I'm not going to like, whatever. You got to figure that out. Your mission is more important. Like, God put you on this earth to deliver something. And if you are working a 9 to 5 where you have to like hide yourself online, then yeah, maybe you like navigate it a little differently. Of course, we all kind of have to do that, maybe sometimes. but like you're holding yourself back. That right there is already something that's holding you back, that's keeping you small. So you got to figure out how to navigate that. Anyways, all that to say, do it, launch it, get it done. Create the digital course, teach it live so that and then download the videos, repurpose them, put them in like Kajabi, or you could put them on Google somewhere or YouTube and do a private channel. Or there's so many different, I mean, I don't even know all the different platforms. That is something you do have to research on your own, but I use Kajabi for housing all of my stuff because it does email marketing and everything too. But download, then repurpose the videos. You can also chop them up and create little reels about it, to like get people excited about your programs, or just so that they know what you are about, right? There's so many different ways that you can skin this cat. Get that digital course out there. You can create a freebie. I know that is a very suggested thing for many entrepreneurs. Download my free ebook on the 10 lessons on how to get a man not to cheat, or 10 ways, or 10 days to losing 10 pounds, right? In 10 days, you'll lose 10 pounds. Download my guide, whatever the case may be, right? Or your 5-step funnel to freedom, your 5-step funnel to making $1 million in 6 months. Like, again, whatever that passion is for you, create it, have a good catchy title, and put that out there. Also, you want to create maybe potentially an email list so people can, like, when they subscribe to your email list, once they subscribe, then they get the free ebook or the guide or the video of you talking about something. Like, there's so many different free ways to offer a freebie. I used to have a PDF attached to mine email list, and now I don't think I have anything because I'm like, I give free shit away on Instagram all the time. But I may be making something soon, so whatever. Do as I say, not as I do. Regardless. But your freebie, you could have a low ticket offer. So maybe your digital, like, okay, let's just say you have a freebie, then you have a $22 offer. That $22 offer, you could create an upsell to it for your other digital course, and your digital course could be like $400, right? Then that $400, that digital course could be an upsell to maybe your group coaching or your private coaching, where you're charging anywhere from like $2,000 to $30,000, depending on what you're offering, what value you're giving, blah, 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 right? Probably for most beginner starter levels, you're probably going to be around the range of like 2,000 to 4,000, 2,000, but you know your worth. So choose accordingly, and then deliver the value, because no one's going to buy if you're not delivering the value. Again, take it from me. I know. But see the sequence of things. You could also just have one offer. You could literally have like a free ebook. So people are like, wow, I love this stuff. I felt so much transformation just with that ebook. So if that ebook gave me transformation, I know working privately with her, or I know if I go through this group coaching program, I know that my expansion, my transformation, what I am looking for, those results I am going to achieve. So you could have 2 things. You could have 3. You could have 10. I know someone online, she is a digital course creator. She literally has an offer, $24 for 24 courses. That's amazing. Okay. That is great. That is a great way. I mean, they could be 3 minutes long. You don't know how each of these courses are. Could be 3 minutes long. It could be 1 minute long. It could take you 24 minutes to binge it, but you paid $24 to get valuable information. So it could be anything that you want, but again, you know your own, you know how much energy you have, you know your schedule, you know how much time you can exert. So you got to figure that out. For me with my privates, I'm only offering space for a few people because I am currently in a 9-to-5, like I'm growing this business. And one thing, it's all about mindset, right? So it's like, okay, my business is my main thing. Like that is what I put so much effort into. And yes, I put a lot of effort into my 9-to-5 too, but like, that's like where my passion and my purpose is, right? So it's like, I put effort in this podcast. I put effort into showing up on social media, whether it's Instagram stories or making a post, to creating these courses and providing these one-on-one private coaching sessions where we customize to you and we dive deep into your business. Like, or launching your business, like what that's going to look like. I don't want you to do what I did and spend 5 years throwing spaghetti against a wall, hoping that it will stick. And yeah, maybe you've made some money here and there, but you're ready to take it up a notch. You're ready to have consistent, like 5, 10, 15, 20K months, right? I want to help you get there. I want us to help each other get there. So let's do it together, right? Let's do it together. But yeah, I don't like, and when I say you're throwing spaghetti against the wall, hoping that it would stick, that's because you may not have a niche. You may not have a real true focus of like, because you want to help everyone. And you're like, well, I can help everyone with this. It's a really like, but it is also coming from a place of like lack and scarcity. And that energy is what is not helping. You really catapult your business. So I want to help you fine tune things and really put a strategy together that is going to serve you best. And again, my strategy may not be the one for you. You may be like, okay, I took parts of what Kelly said, but I also learned this part of a strategy from like some online free website, free YouTube video that I watched. Put them together. Do what feels best for you. It's kind of like with health coaching, it's bio individuality. Not like no one body is the same. That holds true to everything. No one relationship is the same. No one like relationship to spirituality is the same. No one perspective is the same. No one business strategy is the same. So you got to figure out what works best for you. But I want to help you get there, and I want to help you get there faster. Again, I don't want you sitting on an idea for 5 years and then being like, oh, okay. Or I don't want you throwing spaghetti against a wall, hoping that it will stick, trying to work with everyone and anyone and wind up working with very few people or no one because you just want to help everybody, because you love everybody and you're just compassionate and you're passionate and you just want to help everybody. It just won't work. So I want to help you to be able to help as many people as possible, but we have to figure out exactly what your messaging is, how to, show up on social media, what that's going to look like, and really help dial you in so that you can start making the money that you want to make and creating the impact that you want to create. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. And I hope that that was helpful. I hope it put a, little fire under your ass. If you are interested in coaching, please DM me, Chase Life with Kelly on Instagram. And yeah, let's get it going. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. Let's fucking go. 2025, the rest of the year. Now we're at what, 4.5 months, 5.5 months. So let's get the roll on. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Chase Life with Kelly. Signing off. Love you guys. Bye.